just haven't been doing what I wanted exactly today. It's hard to explain. I just feel like, I mean, I do certain things that I want to do, but I feel like there's more that I want to get done, so to speak. So I'm just gonna kind of rebrush out my braids, so like refresh them a little bit, you know, give them a freshening up. I like to refresh my braids. It makes me feel good. I feel like, oh, they're ready to go again. Or whatever hairstyle I'm doing, I just like to refresh it, you know. And I want to talk about hair brushing because I thought, you know what? I don't understand why it is that in our culture or society or just people in general, I don't think Indian women do this or women in the super long hair community that just like take very good care of their hair, but I see a lot of just like people in Western social media, like they're ripping brushes through their hair, and then they're like, oh, this new brush, it pulls out less hair. But I've been thinking about this for a long time, especially given a comment that somebody made the other day towards me. I think people think that you just have to go at it, and they start at the top, and they don't go gentle, and they're so obsessed with like, why would anybody pull on their hair hard? I just don't understand. Like, it just, to me, it's so triggering. It just seems like, why wouldn't you just be gentle with your hair? There is no need to pull hard on your hair. Like, they hold their hair hard, and they pull the brush hard, really, really hard. Like, even if you had just shampooed your hair, you could take your fingers and do some detangling. Like, you could do some finger detangling and separation before you go to town with the brush. And to me, like, I just feel like that's going to cause a lot less breakage than the people who act like, oh, like, you need... Because I was thinking about trying this new brush, but I'm like, maybe they think this new brush is less damaging because it detangles a little bit better than a brush they do have, but I'm just trying to think, like, do I want to purchase this unbrushed brush? Like, I've been thinking about doing another hairbrush review, but before I finally found the wet brush, I went through a lot of brushes that I never really, 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 truly loved, and I felt like when I found the wet brushes that I've been super happy with them. And I guess I'm trying to figure out, like, do I want to try this new brush? I don't know. How much longer do I want to grow my hair? Well, I'm growing it, obviously. I haven't stopped yet. Let's just keep going. Like, that's kind of my goal. I don't think I want floor-length hair. Like, I don't think that's ever been my goal because, you know, I was close. I was almost there. But then I had the tingle thing that happened with the henna. But even then, when that was happening, I have to be really honest with you. Like, going into 2021... I love the length of my hair. I thought it was such a beautiful length, but I was super unhappy with always feeling like I had to wear my hair up more. That was causing a lot of unhappiness within my heart because I was never an updo, like super updo kind of girl. Like, even though I think buns are really pretty, that along with the mask was just causing migraine headaches. And then some people would be like, oh no, I can't do that. And I would get that comment from like somebody who didn't have a picture. So I learned my lesson. Like, maybe there are people that want to remain anonymous on social media and they have super long hair, but why would they be I don't know, and I don't even really care at this point, but they would always be telling me these different things, and I don't know, maybe it was a real person, but I still to this day am confused by somebody that would remain that anonymous. It's like, really? I don't know. But a lot of people have super duper opinions about hair, how you should wear hair, how you should style hair, what length hair should be. I just like having long hair, and that's why I renamed my channel and reclaimed my hair journey, because it's all about me, and it was always about me. But I think when my hair was getting super long, maybe I did get kind of caught up in the super long hair journey a bit. I think I got a little caught up in certain aspects of it, like certain things that I probably wouldn't have done exactly the way I did if it weren't for commentary. Like, just, I don't know, I'm not saying, I love that I grew my hair that long. I think it's amazing that I grew my hair to upper calf length, right? But I think everything happens for a reason, and I think it's just much healthier to focus on hair happiness and hair health over extreme length, because a lot of the people that have the extreme length, like, I do think very super long hair is beautiful, but there's a lot of people that have extremely long hair, and sometimes they have health conditions, they have other things that happen where they can't have that length of hair anymore, or just practicality. Like, I think super long hair is really beautiful, but you have to be very cognizant of the time that it takes to take care of that length of hair. And I know, like, there's some people who are like, oh, it takes no time at all, it's super easy. Well, good for you, unicorn. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but for some of us it might be take more time because we want to do a good job of it and we don't want to rush through it. So I feel like there's just so many variables. And I'm growing my hair long for me, not for like a certain length contest. I'm not like trying to participate in the contest of length. Like, I'm gonna have the longest hair.com. I don't want to be in a hair length contest. I don't compare myself to other people's hair. Like, I think that's another kind of dangerous aspect of long hair community is, I feel like not among women and not among men that have long hair, but among some of the long hair enthusiasts, maybe what you call fetish type people, I feel like they try to create like this contest or something where they act like everybody's in a contest with each other to see whose hair can be the longest, the soonest, the quickest, the fastest. And I'm like, I don't know. Is that healthy? To me, it doesn't feel super healthy, to be honest with you. I just want to be healthy in my hair journey. I don't want to be like silly. I don't want to make bad choices. I just want to make super healthy hair choices, you know? It was upper calf length hair. If you go back, well, I posted a video showing pretty much its length, like the upper calf length hair video. I think I posted that back in July. It was a repost of an old video. But if you want to see precisely, like, go back to my videos in August of 2021, and that's the longest my hair ever was, okay? And I did my I did my first super long hair journey when I started this channel because I was already on it. Like, I had long hair when I was younger, but it never grew past, like, I would say maybe tailbone length, just because, I don't know, I wore it loose a lot, and I hadn't done a lot of major trims throughout my life. So when I first cut my hair short at the age of 20, I didn't grow it long, like super long, until I was towards my 30s. So anyway, what prompted me to do that? Because I had always thought about long hair, and I really loved long hair. And I think one day, I've just been pressured over the years, because a lot of people act like women should have shorter hair, layered haircuts, hot tools, all these things that I never was really happy, and I never felt like myself. Like, I never felt like I was that person, like when I would see people style their hair that way, and it just was not me. So finally, I mean, sometimes I wish I kind of would have kept my hot brush, because nowadays I kind of feel like I want to experiment with it again. I don't want the blow dryer, because the blow dryer, I hate how it blows your hair around. That I hate. But sometimes I'm curious about, like, a hot airbrush that kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of curious about that. But I really don't know if I would want to do that or not. Either. So I feel like I don't really want to put heat in my hair, you know? That's my feeling about that. I don't really want to subject my hair to heat. See how simply you can just, like, look at this. Look at this. Like, if you gently detangle your hair, yes. Usually I do have to have, well, I have some water in this brush. But tonight, but after you've spent like a few days of having your hair detangled and you keep it in braids, I just feel like this is the perfect thing, because I don't have to worry about my hair getting all tangly and curling around itself and all those things. So I just feel like braided hair is the best kind of hair for me, because I feel like going back to wearing a braided hairstyles, it prevents all those tangles that just drive me nuts. But I'm still thinking, is that unbrushed really better than the wet brush? I mean, everybody's saying it is, but I feel like one of the reasons they're saying it is because it has that vent in the back. But I don't see how it's, my question is, I don't see how its little tines are better than this brush. I don't know. People keep saying that that's a better brush than this brush. And I'm just really curious, is that true? Is it really a better brush? I've never owned that unbrushed, but now I don't want to buy more brushes. I thought I was done. Well, I own several wet brushes now, but I thought I was done with my exploratory brush phase, where I bought different paddle brushes. I even bought a wooden comb, which to me I didn't really like, because the one I bought, I don't know, it wasn't soft, it did not feel sanded, and then I feel like you'd have to buy a more expensive one, and I don't know. Okay, so you know who kind of solidified, well, I already had decided for myself, I just like the wet brush, plastic brush, but I'll tell you who solidified my feelings on that, the Blowout Professor, because he has some good content, I think. Like, he did a video on how washing your hair with hot water really won't hurt it, and then I believe that forever. And so is Brad Mondo. And I feel like some of the good hairstylists are like, you know what? And I know that's counterintuitive. People are like, you must wash your hair in cold water. I've never washed my hair in cold water. When I was on my super long hair journey where my hair was getting super, super long, like all the way past my bum, past my knees, what temperature of water did I wash my hair in? Warm water. Yes, warm water. And I thought, I don't really believe this because, and then I guess my justification is, I just want water that feels relaxing to me, and I don't like the way cold water feels. So if you feel like cold water is more therapeutic for your hair, go for it. And I also too, I don't use heat on my hair, so I feel like maybe, I don't know, I just feel like warm water just always feels more satisfying. I mean, I don't scald myself, but I definitely use warm water when I wash my hair. I'm of the opinion that warm water is good for your hair. I know not everybody feels that way. I know there's a lot of people that think water does not need to be warm. And they can belong to any school of thought they want on hair washing. But for me, I do long hair with warm water. And even when I had shorter hair, I did warm water. I don't know, like, certain crucial things have never changed about the way I style my hair. Like, I don't think I've changed anything really. Like, the way I brush my hair is the way I used to brush my hair before I started a hair channel. I think I've just always loved the gentle hair care, which I don't even feel like, okay, and I kind of went off on a tangent, but what I was going to say is the blowout professor said that plastic hairbrushes were perfectly good because you could clean them better than some other types of brushes. And that's what I got from the video. And basically he was saying if you don't have a lot of money to spend on hairbrushes, don't. And I still agree with that. So that's my route. And I don't think I've ever made a secret that this is kind of a budget-friendly hair channel. Like, I've done some, I like natural practices for my hair, and I've bought certain natural shampoos like Aleafia, but in general, I don't know, I'm using drugstore products like Selsun Blue, and what else am I using now? Aussie conditioner. I mean, I'm really thinking I do want to try some other conditioners, but I'm going to use them up. I'm all about, my belief is, like, when I was into my deep super hair journey, I was using Suave, I was using Herbal Essence, I was using Aleafia. I don't necessarily think it's the type of shampoo that you use. I think it's more like being gentle with your hair. Like, I know people are like, oh, you must use this sulfate, but I don't believe that at all, because I think just like fine dining's kind of a scam. Like, all these people were getting really mad in our local town because I guess there was an argument. Well, I won't even go to this restaurant because first off, they only have meat there, and what would I eat? But I guess the debate was somebody new in town, like, criticized something that this restaurant did. I don't know. And some people were saying that they felt like, I don't know, they were just having a debate about the restaurant. But I guess some of the people were saying that they used to like it because it was an upper class restaurant. And I was like, how weird. Like, even if I had money, and even people who do have money, they don't blow it on, like, expensive restaurants. Like, a lot of people that are truly affluent, they just like good food. Like, they would rather go to like a mom and pop Mexican restaurant or a mom and pop Asian cuisine restaurant or Italian. Like, I don't understand, like, why would I be all excited about overpriced food? That, I don't think that makes you special because you dined somewhere that was pricey. Like, I don't think that makes the food better. And I know it's controversial to say, I feel the same way about shampoo. I know some people are going to say, oh, but the shampoos have better ingredients because they're more expensive. And I'm like, with inflation, stop falling for it. Everything's going up in the sky. Stop falling for that scam. Because I think designer shampoo, I think high-end dining, high-end fashion, a lot of these things all have the same ingredients and are made in the same locations. Like, sometimes people are like, I bought a Louis Vuitton purse and they spent several $1,000s on that person. It doesn't look any better than like somebody who bought, I don't know, a $200 Coach handbag. Or like, there are name brand purses that are not $2,000. Like, why would you spend $2,000 on a purse? You're Lulu. And I don't think that's impressive. And that's one thing that's never going to change about me. Like, even if I became a millionaire, I would not ever, like, I love things that look pretty and classic and not, like, expensive and, like, showy. Like, I'm not impressed by showmanship, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, I think some people are, like, they want to be seen and they want to see people, but I'm like, I'd rather go to a restaurant that has good food. Fine dining is dumb. And I think I'm right, too, because I remember, like, before the pandemic hit, I remember going to market night in this one vegan Mexican restaurant that did a food truck. Like, they were the most popular vendors at market night, and their food was good, and the portions were good, and I'm like, it was better than a lot of more expensive places. Like, they might have not been the cheapest, but they were better, and they weren't overly expensive for what you got in the portion, in my opinion. So, I don't know, like, I think people put so much emphasis on high-end shampoo, high-end conditioner, high-end hairbrush, high-end hairstyling tool, high-end this, high-end that. I don't really think, I know, like, this is going to go against the grain of the people who preach luxury, but you have to remember, I'm not anti-capitalist, by the way. I'm pro-free market economy, but I think it's funny because I think the pro-capitalists are actually in China. And in the U.S., the people who are always worried about buying the most expensive designer thingy. Those, you want to talk about corporate capitalism, it's that on a stick. It's not, like, okay, like, there might be some independent brands, but I just don't even understand, like, people get so caught up in things, and, like, oh, this is better than that, and this is better than that, and I just don't believe that the higher-end shampoo, the higher-end conditioner, the higher-end brush are always better. I think the technique that you're using is usually better. And I think you could, even back in the 90s, use drugstore shampoo and conditioner and have beautiful hair. You know how I know? Because I did. And I guess I grew up with my mom's thinking. I'm sorry. My mom doesn't even eat out, though. Like, she'd rather cook at home. And cooking at home is probably best, honestly, in general. It's probably best to cook at home. But I think at the end of the day, stop, like, aspiring to buy the most expensive of everything and stop falling for it, because a lot of it is gimmicky marketing. Like, it always has been. And I'm not saying I never fall for marketing either. I think that's kind of what I'm saying about this hairbrush. Like, I don't really see how this particular hairbrush, I mean, I could try it out and see, but I feel like it can't be better than the wet brush. I feel like the wet brush is pretty good. I'm not really sure what is so much more spectacular about the unbrushed than the wet brush. I'd have to try it out and see, but I'm not convinced. Like, you know, you'd have to convince me, I guess I'm trying to say. And I'm just not convinced. Some people might be. I don't know. Those are my thoughts on hairbrushes and shampoo and different products. And I'm not saying never buy higher end products, but I think some of it is not necessary. If it works with your hair and it makes you happy, yeah, buy it. But I don't necessarily think, like, because you could buy organic, I think Alethea, isn't Alethea organic? There's some lower end organic shampoos that you can buy, and conditioner if you want something organic. Like if you're looking for that, you can find that without, I don't know, spending like big bucks for shampoo, hairbrush. I'd say it's technique more than the shampoo and hairbrush you use, you know? And these are the braids for the night, and that is the night. Thank you for the night.